Hi, this is Julie at Love's Beginning with a message called Allowing the Collapse of Time. And before I get started on that, I wanted to note that I am sitting in a bomb shelter. I'm at my sister's house, and there's an old bomb shelter. This house was built in the 50s. And I realized the audio might be better in here. So I'm enjoying the metaphor of sitting on the floor of a bomb shelter. Anyhow, here is the message. When you allow a miracle, you allow reality, that which is not of this fantasy world, to come into this world and to rearrange it. You allow what truly is to come into your fantasy and to arrange its seeming parts for the benefit of all. You allow miracles by dropping judgments and by staying open to what is. Miracles collapse time. Time is your way of closing eyes, covering your ears, and saying la 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 to block out eternity. Time is essentially a temper tantrum. It uses the power of what is, the mind, to project a fantasy of what can never be real. Eventually, you will stop projecting the fantasy of time because it will be clear to you that it has no purpose. Time is a hiding place from eternity. Think of a life based on time and space, a finite life, a life seemingly experienced in a body, as a game of hide-and-go-seek. When you are willing to emerge from the concept of time, when you are willing to be found, you allow miracles to foster the collapse of time. Every time you allow a miracle, you allow yourself and those seemingly around you to see more clearly. You have to want to see clearly in order for it to happen. If you prefer your fantasy of time and space, you will be allowed to engage in it. Once you realize that the entire fantasy of time and space is the basis for suffering, you don't want it anymore. When you don't want it anymore, you surrender it to what you are. It is no longer a playground or a battleground for your character. It becomes a healing drama, and your job becomes allowing the miracles that bring the drama to a peaceful, joyful conclusion. If you think of time in terms of a ribbon, miracles take a section of that ribbon and cut it out. When the ribbon is sewn back together, the script of the healing drama is altered for the benefit of all the performers. Miracles only exist because of the need for the correction of the perception of time. You don't necessarily specifically know about all the ways you are allowing your character to be used to perform miracles. Just know that when you are open to your character being used by love in the service of healing, you bless all minds across time and space. There is nothing more fulfilling than allowing suffering to be undone. Nothing this fantasy of a world can offer you can compare to the joy of inviting and sharing freedom. If miracles flow to you through a tube, you have become deeply habituated to stopping up this tube, and you see it as self-protection. Just for fun, take a look at all self-protective behaviors and thinking today. This is you blocking the flow through that tube. You think it keeps you safe because you are seeing yourself as a body. All criticism is a form of self-protection. It is a way of seeing an other and declaring a defect that is other than yourself. Really, you are just distracting yourself away from seeing that you are stopping up this tube, resisting the fading away of the perception of time. We are here to help you open the way to miracles, to maintain that connection to reality that allows the collapse of the perception of time. We delight in our service to you, and we thank you for your beautiful service. Thanks for listening.